Hi, I'm James Heimbach, the product manager for the verified testing team at GitLab. Today, I want to run through a little bit of our direction for some of the testing categories over the next year. These are updates that I'll start to provide quarterly to give some headlights into what we're looking at over the next 12 months. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to start today on the code quality category. So we have a couple of themes that we're looking at in the near term and the long term. The first theme is moving this category to more of a viable state for developers, specifically that persona. And we track, maturity for our categories. Currently, the category maturity for code quality is at minimal. And so there's a couple of problems that we know we need to solve to really make this more of a viable feature set for the developer persona and really work it into their day-to-day workflow. So the three problems that we're targeting are issues being presented really without any context of severity in the UI, and really low severity issues mixing in and creating noise in the mix. The second problem is that it's really hard to just make use of the code quality data during a code review specifically, as you're trying to review an MR and improve that change or do a peer review of the change. And the third problem is that teams often want to enforce code quality standards, some sort of threshold or prevent degradation in code quality as part of an MR. And it's really not easy or intuitive about how to do that with GitLab today. And so as you look at our maturity plane, you'll see issues here that call out and look to solve some of those problems, at least in a minimal state. We're looking forward to iteration on these and feedback on the issues themselves. And we'll be making use of feedback issues if you want to leave comments there after a feature has been launched and tell us really what the next iteration should be and how we can better solve these problems. The second theme is to provide trending quality data to both managers and directors as we think about some of the other personas that make use of this feature set. So this area is less clear for us right now, and we're actively looking for feedback around some of the problems and proposed solutions to these problems. But based on our initial discussions with managers and directors, we do understand that we have the following problems that we can go out and solve today. So we know that directors can't easily compare any sort of quality score of projects within their group to see where maybe more investment in paying down tech debt might need to occur. And then team leads really can't tell as they're improving their quality how it's trending over time. So it's really just anecdotal or digging into pipelines to get that data today. So it's hard to tell if you're making an investment in quality, if it's really paying off. So looking even further out, we see potential in a quality dashboard of sorts, similar to what's being provided by the security team and the security feature set in GitLab today. You can see some rough designs for this on our direction page. This design came out of a brainstorming session with the team and with our product designer. It's really not tied to any specific issues today or any future work. This is really just a future vision of where we think we want to go, but we do think that some of the bits of this are going to get pulled into issues. We really love this vision looking forward of how you can look at quality holistically across the product, across your projects, across your groups to see how things are trending over time. So the other category I want to dig into today is code testing and coverage. There's a couple of themes here that we'll be working on in the near term and over the next the next 12 months rather. The first is providing visibility into the test history within a project. This is an area where we have really high confidence that there's a problem to be solved and that we can go do it based on our discussions with developers. And the team's actually currently working in 13.5 on the MVC to show test execution history, or at least how many times a test has failed, looking back across pipelines as part of the project. After that first step, we really want to provide this data at the project level. We think that's the next step that makes sense so that a quality lead or a dev lead can more easily spot tests that are failing often, which is probably indicative of them being flaky tests and just unnecessarily having to rerun a pipeline to get a test to pass. That's a lot of time that can be used by a developer to do a code review or write new code and get those features out into production. So the second theme is providing visibility into test history for groups. So again, surfacing that data up from across projects as part of a group. We know there's some areas to be solved or some problems to be solved here, and we're exploring which one we think is going to have the highest impact for users. We've looked at things like total tests run and passed, tests that are failing most often, time to run the tests and other data points that we can surface at that group level for really the application development director or the quality director personas to be able to review and guide their teams towards their highest impact work to improve the quality of the software, speed up that feedback loop of the pipeline. So that's where we're going with testing in the short term, the next 3 months as part of our maturity plans, and the longer term as we're looking at these long-term vision designs. Please feel free to email me at jheinbuck@gitlab.com or leave a comment on this video with any questions you might have about the content that I quickly run through today. I really look forward to hearing you and getting your feedback on our vision. Thanks.